Hi everyone, it's Thursday night, the 9th of July, and day 191 of Living the Dream. Here's my power statement I wrote down for this morning so I could start my day strong. I will now take care of my taxes since they're due right now, and that due date was extended. Here we're already at the 13th of July. So I'm hoping to get them completed as soon as possible and submit them away. And here's what I had on my to-do list today. It wasn't very long, right here for Thursday. My fun was to scratch off and wad up the last two tasks. Remember that sheet I had that had two tasks? Wadded, done. My exciting task was to start my Facebook ad on the platform because I got everything else done, man. And my most important task was to start the taxes, then check my accounts, do my emails. So, bam, done. I did exactly that. I had a short list of to-dos, as I said. I was wanting to have that fun task done because it's so exciting to have those two last things be checked. Remember the pages I had? Got it all done. And now I can do my taxes, and that's all behind me. So I'm excited about that. Now, Troy then says this: get honest with yourself. What didn't go well today, Marty, or what could you have done better? Did you wake up early and start strong? Like every other day, just because it's a tax day, I got up early and got after the morning and did it with power. So I was very productive throughout the day. Did you do the most important things? Yes. Did you move your goals forward? Yep, I sure did. Did you show up as the person you wanted to today? I did. Kathleen was great. She was present for me and I was present for her. In the summary of these Get Honest Yourself questions, I asked this: were you honest with yourself today, Marty, about your task? In other words, did you keep your commitments and promises that you made this morning to yourself? Well, I promised myself that I would do all I could in the way of trying to get my taxes done as soon as possible. And even though I didn't finish the taxes, I got a lot to do, I did get and move towards that big goal of signing it off and shooting it off and be done. So I kept my promise. Yes, I did. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you go to the movies and did you make time for them? And were there any other new movies that the Two Amigos put onto your screen of your mind? And if so, what were they about? Well, I watched my must-see TV 5 favorite movies. I do that every morning during my mindfulness time. But today was a busy day. I was focused on taxes, so I really didn't have any new movies come into my mind. At least I didn't pay attention to any if they did come. Next, Corey asked, was there anything that you had happened that didn't go well today? In other words, was there one thing you could have done better? And if so, what was that one thing that would make all the difference going forward? Another way to say this is, what's the one thing you want to get done tomorrow, even if your day goes sideways doing it, so you can still feel like you accomplished something great? Get your tasks done, man. What would that one thing be? Well, I make my power statement. Whenever I do my taxes, I can pretty much count on a few snags coming up here and there, and today was no different. I won't go into the boring details, but suffice it to say that I had to go through and out and do some hunting to find some information that I needed before I could continue, on answering the questions at a particular point. You got to get done, otherwise you have to go back and keep coming, going back. So I kept looking and found the files. So anyway, here's what I typed out for my power statement for tomorrow morning. I will continue working on my taxes and find those files and try to get them done so that I can get it done as quickly as possible, period. Excuse me. This year, I have my two bank accounts that I have to review, and then Kathleen had her two bank accounts that I have to get that information for, and then her personal Airbnb account and my business accounts. Was like 5 or 6 accounts that I had to print off and go. Anyhow, I'm like it was a big pain to go through it, but I'm so grateful that I had the processes that I've been doing for 44 years now in place. Otherwise, it'd have been a nightmare. Next, Cray says, were there any mistakes or failures that you had today that you can turn into a tool of success? Well, because of the kind of record keeping I've been doing and keeping for those 44 years, like I said, I didn't have any mistake that haunted me this year. And so it's looking pretty smooth sailing so far anyway. Next thing Corey asks is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well today? Well, my biggest success today was finishing up those 2 tasks and wadding that sheet up and throwing it away earlier today. So those tasks are done and behind me. And I've started to do that Facebook ad on that platform, so I'm so excited about that. Got to get those 10 participants. The next step of my end-of-day success routine is to rate my day's effort. And so I gave today an 8. I gave an 8 because I worked at the speed of 8 the entire day. Doing taxes can be tedious and at times even stressful here and there. And I took a break here and there to get calm about it, go grab a little snack, whatever, to come back and then get after it again. And so I'm making some good progress. Okay, I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for Yeah, TurboTax. Man, oh man, it's such a big help. For nearly 44 years, I've done my own taxes, and ever since TurboTax came out, I've used them, and it saved me, I'd probably say, at an average of $300 to $500 a year. And so for that 44 years, that's about $13,200 to $22,000 of saved tax money or money to have paid an accountant. I've just done it myself, and so that's a lot of money I saved myself. Now, I'm grateful for the law of rules. The law of rules says that life is looked at as a game. If life's looked at as a game, can only be won if you know and follow the rules of the game. Zacchaeus, the former NFL wide receiver, once said, "I'm convinced that life is just a game. Here on earth, a game where no one need to be a loser, no matter what his or her plight or condition may be. I believe that everyone can enjoy the fruits of victory, but I'm equally as certain that, like all other games, one cannot participate in this mysterious act of living with any hope of satisfaction unless one understands a few of the simple rules." End quote. Boy, is that the truth. Once you learn the rules of the game of success, for example, and you follow them, just like when you discover and follow the law of predication, you are assured victory and continued success. You got to learn the rules, and that's what we're all about in Living the Dream coaching. Next, I'm grateful for Helen Keller, who said this: "Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved." That's the little blind, deaf, dumb type of little gal. She's not dumb. She couldn't speak, but man, such a brilliant mind. This principle is certainly true, and if we take ownership of it and live by it, we surely will be living the dream. So there you go. I'll be back here tomorrow night, right here at my laptop, sharing my feelings and my journey to business alignment. So until then, I want to wish everyone continued success. Good night.